Jessie Carr is a content creator whose channel features travel, food, and lifestyle vlogs. About 6 months ago, she posted a video that's quite disturbing, especially if you're a woman traveling alone. In this clip, we see Jessie excited to visit a place she had wanted to see for a long time, Afu'au Waterfall in Savaii, Samoa. But once she arrives, that excitement quickly fades, because unfortunately, she's not alone. Another man shows up at the location, someone who seems overly interested in her. Still, Jessie doesn't let herself be intimidated and tries to enjoy the experience she had planned. Let's see how it all begins.
I meant to park here, but anywho, this is the spot. And I think it's just me. Ah! Wait, let's go check it out quickly. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's just me too. I'm so excited. It looks unreal. And I guess you can hop down on those stairs and then go in. Alright, it's fine if I leave my car here, I think. I'm gonna hop in now. I took a couple photos and now I'm ready to have a dip. Are you okay? All good? Jessie. Pardon? I can't remember the name.
From the very beginning, it's clear that Jessie feels uncomfortable around that man. But she doesn't let it discourage her and tries to enjoy the day she had been planning for so long. She changes into her swimsuit and gets into the water. But the man who showed up doesn't stay back. He follows her in. Even more than that, he starts offering to show her around the area, even though Jessie never asked for anything. And this is just the beginning, because things start to get stranger and at the same time more dangerous for her. Let's see how the story continues.
So the ladies, pardon? Over there. I'll try. No, all good. The man is telling me that I should go over here. So I'm gonna try actually, because I feel like it would be nice to. Also, the lovely ladies who I took a photo of, they took photos of me and they were like getting heaps of angles and everything and telling me like if I should put my arm up or arm down and stuff. They were so good and so nice. Okay, I got to some rock. I don't know, I can't tell if the man is just being really nice or if he's just being too friendly, like, because I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable. But he was like, do you need some help coming over here? And I was like, no, thank you. Because I just want to be like by myself with no men around, preferably. Okay, this is... Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You scared me. I'm good, thanks. Pardon? Cold, yeah.
Jessie gathers her courage and climbs into the cave the man kept talking about. Fortunately, nothing happens to her there. But only a few moments later, she returns to the water and tries to reach another spot she wanted to climb. That's when she receives unwanted help from the same persistent man. he starts touching her in ways that are clearly not welcome. Let's see.
Up that way? Well, can I go this way? Thank you. Okay, we'll go back.
After this final moment, Jessie decides not to stay in the water anymore and heads back to her car, the only place where she feels a bit safer. But the man doesn't give up. He suggests they go back together, visit his house, and meet his friends. Of course, Jessie refuses. Instead, she gives him some money, pretending it's for helping her with photos. But in reality, it's a way to get him to leave, offering something in exchange for distance. Eventually, the man walks away. Jessie changes, gets into her car, and leaves the area safely. Now, I don't know if that man had bad intentions, or if he was just overly friendly. But either way, when you're a woman alone in a remote place, you don't take chances. What impressed me though, is that Jessie had the courage to stay there, even in a situation that could have turned dangerous. Many people would have left immediately. What do you think? Did Jessie handle this well, or should she have left sooner? The creator behind the Overland Nomad channel has two main passions: Toyota vehicles and camping, and he often combines the two, which usually leads to a great night outdoors. On his channel, you'll find videos of him camping in all kinds of places, using different vehicles specially modified for this kind of lifestyle. In the following footage, we see him, together with his dog Piper, camping on the beach, something he had wanted to do for a long time, somewhere around South Padre Island. His day goes perfectly, and he's convinced nothing could possibly ruin it. But as it often happens, the universe has other plans. As night falls, he starts cooking. But suddenly, Piper becomes restless, and out of nowhere a woman approaches him. Let's see what this is all about.
We're gonna chop up some onions, some bell peppers. Yeah, that's all I got. And then cook up some tortillas with cheese and quesadillas, and that's dinner. And Piper's gonna get a very, very nice dinner. Some fajita as well. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué? ¿Necesita hacer llamada? ¿Qué necesita? Piper, you scared me, dude. I kid you not, I was cooking and I was just having to stare through the window and I see a light like coming up, like someone walking. And it freaked me out. I got my protection and I grabbed Piper because Piper will attack. And yeah, it was a lady. I saw there was a car that went up to the East Cut. And I do know that there's one car out there. I could see its lights, and I guess they're stuck. But look, I would love to help, but I'm by myself. There's no one out here. and I don't know if it's a trap. I don't know. So, you know, I offered to call, you know, I have Signal. She said she didn't. I said, well, I can call, you know, you can use my phone, but yeah, that's sketchy. All right, guys, I'm gonna pack up and leave. So that was a weird situation. I got a really bad vibe about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle because it just didn't sound right. She had a freaking phone. I offered her to make a phone call. She said no. I don't know. And, you know, I might sound like a jerk, but I don't know, man. I'm out here by myself. There's no patrolling law enforcement out here. You're on your own, like the Wild West.
After this interaction, our guy no longer feels safe. So he decides to leave the area. I know he's a man, and some of you might think he overreacted. But in the end, everyone knows what they feel in that moment. And it's always better to be safe. What's interesting, though, is that while driving home, he leaves a message on the screen. In it, he explains that the woman and her husband were supposedly stuck in the sand with their car and had asked for help to get pulled out. He told them he couldn't assist, but offered them his phone so they could call a family member or a recovery service. She refused, and that's what gave him a bad feeling. Instead of the man coming to ask for help, the woman approached him, while the husband stayed behind with their child. And another thing, why would they even drive that far into the sand, knowing their car could easily get stuck? He also mentions that the area is known for trafficking, being very close to the border, another major reason why he chose to leave immediately. In the end, he makes it home safely, without any further incidents. And honestly, that makes me happy. You know what else makes me happy? The fact that you're about to like and comment, helping this video reach more people who enjoy this kind of content. Girl in the Woods is the channel of a content creator who has gathered over 500,000 followers. Her content focuses on camping. But not only that, the woman behind the camera is also skilled in bushcraft, building, and even survival. In the following footage, we see her together with her 3 dogs spending a full day working on her land, where she plans to build a wooden cabin. What's interesting is that she's also set up a tent, where she sleeps at night. And honestly, that tent looks better than my house. I'm a little jealous. The day is filled with hard work, clearing land, cleaning, carrying materials, and preparing everything for the future construction. Of course, after such an intense day comes a good meal, followed by deep sleep. But with the arrival of a new day, she discovers that she had a visitor during the night, one that could have put her life in real danger. Let's see what this is about.
So last night, I was woken up at about 3 o'clock in the morning to a big commotion, and it was scary. I didn't know what was going on out here, but I grabbed my bear spray and heard something heavy-footed. I thought, oh, it's probably a moose, but there was a big noise. And then this morning, I wake up to find this. This is where my shower tent was, and it was down, laying across the trees over here, and it was all shredded. And I thought, well, still, it could be a moose. Could be a moose got in there. And then I found this. Oh, that's no moose. Oh, I have no more shower tent, and we had a bear in camp last night. So yeah, I sleep with bear spray, and I will be doing the same tonight. For reference, that's my shower tent. And right over here is our tent. We're probably talking 50, 60 yards apart. And the shower tent's right there. So I stood this back up so I could kind of recreate what happened here. I think this is the point of impact back here. This is about face level to me. You can see the real light, like probably came down, probably pushed it down. This is all ripped up. Probably teeth marks here. Ripped this.
It turns out the unwanted visitor was a very curious bear. So curious that it almost completely destroyed her portable shower, most likely while searching for food. One thing that comes to mind is that the smell of food spread through the forest may have attracted it to the area. Luckily, the shower was placed far enough from the main tent to keep that visitor at a distance, which ultimately kept her and the dogs safe. Even though she had bear spray within reach, having 3 dogs to protect makes everything much more complicated if you actually need to react and run. So it's a good thing this situation ended without anyone getting hurt, and with only some material damage. Still, I can't help but think, maybe having a firearm as well could offer an extra layer of protection in situations like this. You never know when something stronger than bear spray might be needed. Don't you think? Ranga Trips is a YouTube channel dedicated to survival in extreme conditions. So I could have picked almost any video from this channel. But I chose this one specifically, because the danger shows itself right from the very beginning. In this clip, the man behind the camera sets up camp on an island located about 400 meters away from an Asian country. At least that's how he describes it. Once he arrives on the island, he decides to explore the area a bit before setting up his small campsite for the night ahead. Let's see how the exploration unfolds.
I don't want to ruin his web. Let's see what else is here. Looked up and I saw this. Holy smokes. Okay, I'm not gonna explore anymore there. Those are pretty ominous looking clouds. I think it's showtime, guys. We're gonna start setting up now.
After a short exploration, which honestly gave me chills because I really don't like spiders, he notices a storm heading straight toward his location. So he quickly gets to work, setting up and securing his tarp as best as he can, because he doesn't yet realize that the storm about to hit is far from an easy one, not even for someone with experience in extreme survival conditions. Let's continue.
It's close. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna have to bank that. This one's intense. Hold up, Tom. Hold up, please. I don't want to have to spend the night. Where's the bivvy bag? I'm gonna have the bivvy bag ready in case all hell breaks loose. That's scary, bro. Where the hell is the bivvy bag? Oh, there she is. Oh, God. Funnel web spider. We got the bivvy bag, got the raincoat. If this top fails, just gotta slog it out in the bivvy. Woo! Right now we just need this top to hold up, that wind to stay down, and hopefully it's gonna handle this. the weather radars, all kinds of asking ChatGPT like when is the storm going to hit. And I'm telling you, in this part of the world, it's old school, bro. You just gotta look up at the sky and go, oh, there's a crazy cloud. It's time to hunker down.
A storm like this is not something you play around with, especially when the only thing protecting you is a tarp. Even if the rain itself isn't dangerous, the sky was filled with lightning, and our guy was right there among the trees, the very things that attract strikes. That alone is terrifying. And he says it himself. No matter how experienced you are, some forces of nature will always put fear into you. On top of the heavy rain, the powerful winds, and the constant lightning. He also had to watch out for all kinds of spiders that could have put his life in danger with a single bite. I'll just say this. This kind of experience is definitely not for me, and never will be. But what about you? Would you do something like this? Would you go out camping in a storm like that? Let me know in the comments. And if you're already there, don't forget to drop a like. It really helps a lot. As for more interesting videos, you've got a few on your screen right now that I'm sure you'll enjoy. Until next time.